So this is on trail day number 170. I'm here at Spivey Gap on US 19E, and the trail's right over there where the marker's at. So I'm headed north today, slack packing 12.5 miles. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. It's kind of chilly this morning, so with just a 12-mile day slack packing, I didn't need to start early. And then tomorrow morning I'll come back here and start back south. I got a little climb out of here, and then it's all downhill back to the campground. So I'm saving myself a bunch of hill climbing, but there's still a lot of hill climbing south of here. So I'm gonna throw my pack on and get this day started. So it's the trail going south. Just climbed up, following this little stream. Not a very difficult climb. Just enough to get the heart rate up a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, again in the video, I had my raincoat today. Of course, I took it off before I started because I knew I'd warm up climbing this hill. I think it's going to end up being a good day. It's supposed to be in the 50s. So that's about perfect weather for hiking. Well, it looks like I made it to the top of the hill climb. Wasn't bad. It was just enough to break a sweat. There's a nice big campsite over there. So it's still going to be climbing today. I think I got like 3,600 foot of elevation gain. It looked like the first climb was the worst, or the steepest, but we'll see how that turns out. Kind of breezy up here, which makes you cold when you're sweating. So I was gonna have to take a few of my winter clothes out of my big pack and leave until I got to Standing Bear at the Smoky. Just from the way the weather had been the last couple of weeks. But I think I'm gonna rethink that, which I am headed south. I don't have a lot of clothes and stuff anyway. Just a wool layer and a pair of tights for under my shorts. So I may leave the wool bottoms at home. I can keep the tights for hiking. And so I can sleep in them too if it's chilly, but you sweat all day. You're hot inside, but your skin and all is freezing. It takes a while at camp to warm up, so it's always a balance between too much or not enough. My feet and legs and all feel good today, though, after 19 miles yesterday. So I have like 91 miles after today to Standing Bear Farm, about 50 to Boiling Springs. So I don't have to carry a lot of food. Probably take a 0 in Boiling Springs, because it'll be about 5 or 6 days of hiking between yesterday, today, and the days it takes me to get there. I think Boiling Springs would be a cool little town to take a day off. And then I won't have to carry much food to get to Standing Bear, so. And I have 14 days left to do that 90 miles, so. Even with 0 in Boiling Springs, I should have a few days to relax before moving the camper to Bryson City, North Carolina. And then proceeding back south from Standing Bear. So far, it's working out, the timelines and the RV spots. I'm getting kind of rocky. I probably need to get some new insoles at the Outfitter and Boiling Springs. The rocks and stuff are poking through a little more than they used to. Or I can feel them more on my feet. So after that little climb, it's downhill for a while. Nice grade. Could almost run this. I'm just not a runner. It's turning out to be a good day though for hiking. It was cold this morning. It wasn't really that cold, just this sudden temperature change. But the cold front made it seem colder than it was. Colder than what you're used to all of a sudden. If it stays like this most of the day, I ought to make good time. I haven't checked to see how far in I am. I've been hiking for an hour, so probably at least 2 miles, maybe a little more. And then get back, I have to go to the laundromat, do all my laundry, get a good dinner, and then back at it tomorrow with the full pack. That's the thing about slack packing, you gotta go back to your full pack. You're like, man. We got a little bit of a view here through the trees. I can't tell if it's the wind on the other side or the river down below, or if there is a river down below. I checked about 10 minutes ago. I've been on trail an hour and a half, and I was a little over 3 miles in, so might get this knocked out pretty early today. Which will be nice since I've still got to go to the laundromat. They don't have laundry at the campground, so. Well, that's kind of steep. But we're still coming downhill. which I think is the highlight of the day, going downhill. Yeah, some of these spots, man, if you was to slip, lose your balance, and didn't grab a tree or something, you'd be in a tumbled up mess at the bottom. I'm glad they didn't decide to go straight up. We got this nice switchback system going. I've only ran into one hiker today. A section hiker about a mile north of the road I started on. He had found a sunny spot. Had spread out all his gear to dry out from yesterday. There should be a shelter coming up shortly. I'm not sure if it's on the trail or not. Oh, I mean it's on the trail, but I don't know if there's a blue blaze off the trail to get there. So we'll check it out if it's close by. This turned out to be a nice day. It's warmed up. It's 57. And the breeze is above my head. And had an abundance of water. I crossed over probably half a dozen little flowing creeks. It was the same way yesterday. There was water everywhere. And I didn't need any. But hopefully abundant water sources will continue. Pretty nice shelter. Nola, nope. No business shelter. Couple of hikers around that. Lots of tinning. And I'm gonna take a drink break. So I had a short climb up to the shelter, and then it was uphill for like 0.2 afterwards, but after that it's been back to what it was. I don't know if we'll have any views today. There's none listed in gut hooks, but sometimes you'll have one pop out. So I've got about 5 miles left. It appears after this little downhill stretch. There's a short uphill, and then it's downhill into the Nolichucky, the gorge there. I'll pass by Uncle Johnny's. I may stop at Uncle Johnny's. I saw a hiker there earlier, sitting on the porch. I saw it yesterday. There was a hiker I stayed at Kincora, Bob Peoples Hostel with. I was going to come by the campground. I was going to let him look through some of the old gear. He doesn't have much. The hiker I ran into yesterday said that guy was 2 shelters north that night. So It may be at Uncle Johnny's today. If so, that would work out for him, because I'm hiking out of Irwin tomorrow. Well, getting dropped off where I started today. So if he gets there later than today, I'm not going to be there anymore. I can't wait around, so it was just one of those. If he got there while I was there, a little toe on my right foot. It's feeling kind of like it might have blistered or something. I hope not. It's just kind of sore. Maybe from walking faster than normal. Big day yesterday, followed by today. So, I still got 3 hours of daylight. Not going to try to rush it. I don't want to get a blister if I don't have one already. Yeah. There's still remnants all over from the fire. This has definitely been a nice section of trail today. I guess I had to be kind to the northbounders considering what was ahead of them pretty much from the Nolichucky to Hump Mountain, I think it was, where you descend down to 19. You do a lot of climbing. But that's all part of it. I'm avoiding a lot of climbing today, but I'm sure I'll make up for it later. But even if you flipped and flopped and section types and whatever, till to go the easiest route on every section, it still would be a hard trail. Sometimes just take a moment and listen to the woods. But we're not getting where we're going, just standing around listening. Well, I made it down to the bottom. This is right around down there where the trees. And now we're climbing up. But it looked like a short climb. And then I guess once we get to the top, it may turn, who knows. But then we'll descend down into the gorge of the Nolichucky River. So the last good climb of the day. Alright. It's just the trail going south. That little steep climb leveled out pretty quick. Following, I think, an old roadbed. Part of the roadbed went downhill into the woods And it still looked like a road, like the 2 tire tracks and the stuff growing in the middle. Probably a service road to get in up to the shelter or something, or get close to it. But I believe we are at the top and done with our uphill for the day, other than like 10 foot or something, a little short incline. Not a bad little camp spot. It was a great day go for afternoon stroll. It's about what it feels like. Just an afternoon stroll. Just my feet and legs are remembering the 100+ miles behind me. I don't even know exactly how many miles it's been. I know it's over 100, I think it's closer to 150, but I looked at it last night, but I don't know, the mileage that I'm at is not important enough, I guess, for me to retain it. I don't even know how many miles I got left. 300 and something, but that's all I can tell you. A little breezy up here. I'm assuming this is our beginning of our descent down into the gorge. So I looked, we've got hooks, and there's a short descent and a climb, and then a descent and a climb. I think now we should be at the top of the climb and descending into the gorge. You could hear the train just a few minutes ago. Got about 4 miles left. I think it was 4.4 when I looked a while ago. I can still hear the train off in the distance. It's going on 4:30. So 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm guessing. Yeah, definitely looks like we're on the downhill stretch now. Very nice. Huh. My feet and legs have appreciated all the downhill today. Most hikers hate downhill, but this is a nice cruisy graded downhill. So. I'll enjoy it while it's in front of us. Overall, so far, the climb down's not been bad. Had some rocks and roots. And so it just come down. This is probably the steepest part so far. Just have to watch with all these leaves. Catch a little glimpse of a view here or there. Hoping to get one good view spot somewhere, but hadn't happened yet. I ran into one person going south, and they live here in town, just out for a day hike. He said he didn't get out very much anymore. His mother was in her 90s and had to have a lot of care, so I don't know if it's showing on the camera, but the river Nolichucky's right down there. Maybe we'll get a good view of it from somewhere up here. Looks like we might have something coming up. We'll see in a minute. Nope. There was nothing. It was overgrown. Maybe it'll switch back around. I don't know if I finished about the guy going north. So yeah, so his mother's in her 90s, so he doesn't get out very much. He's just out for the afternoon. He didn't know how much further he was going to go, but he was almost to the top. So not that there's anything to see when you get there, but we should be down to the river in another mile or so, just guessing. It's going on 5 o'clock. Talking to the guy delayed me a little bit, but I'll still get there before dark. I had my headlamp yesterday and today. Didn't bring a rain jacket yesterday when it was raining, but I did bring a headlamp, just in case. A little bit of a view. The town of Irwin. The Nolichucky River. Right down there through the trees. There's a hotel and a gas station. Uncle Johnny's will be right down there somewhere. I gotta cross the river and then go through the woods and back around that mountain back there. Looks like a long way, but it's not. My little toe on my right foot will appreciate it. It's really sore. I have a feeling there may be a blister on it for whatever reason. I'll check it when we get there. There's a spot of the river. can get it without the... Let go of my butt. There we go. I'm not going too far out past the good old Appalachian River. That's a good view spot. There we go. Everyone's off that way. Looks like we got a house or something on top of the mountain over there. And a long way down that way. May have one more view right up here, I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Nope, not really. Oh well. Take what we can get. We'll be back. We'll be down to the river bridge before long. Here's a view spot. The same view, just a slightly different angle. It's the railroad track bridge. So yeah, the campground is just on up the river a little ways there. I think I might can see it a little clearing that way. Look at it, it looks so far away. I think you take 2 days to get there. It's amazing the distance you can actually cover in the mountains in a short while too. Like a camp spot on top of that little knob up there. That could get rather windy. But it'd probably be a cool spot to camp out in nice weather. Well, we made it to the Appalachian River. And the trail comes down behind this guardrail. That's a heck of a fence post, that tree. Until the day it decides to fall down and then takes half the fence with it. Steel Rails Coffee House, hikers welcome. Union Street Tap Room, hikers welcome. Irwin Outfitter Supply, hikers welcome. I've been to the Outfitter. That fellow was pretty nice. That's Uncle Johnny's up there on the left. I might stop, see if that hiker is there, but then I gotta move on.